Hello everyone, welcome back to the Osteoinvestor YouTube channel. Today we're looking at dealing with anterior knee pain. So start off with the first 30 seconds softening around the knee. So with this, it's a circular motion. We want to break up the tightness of the fibres around the kneecap, as tightness around this area is very common for causing knee pain. So what you want to do is actually soften the quadriceps fibres that attach around and blend around the kneecap. So aiming to do this for 30 seconds. Once we've softened the main attachments around the kneecap, we want to start to add in knee mobility. So my father-in-law demonstrating this perfectly today, getting him to do extension and flexion of the knee as he's suffering with knee pain. It's good to show kind of a natural example of restriction. So what he's doing is he's straightening the leg out in front. He is lifting his hip a little bit high, but again, it's all coming from the knee. So as long as you're moving through the knee, not too much of an issue. And we're aiming for 30 seconds on that leg. We then want to gently stretch the quadriceps. So most commonly for anterior knee pain is tightness into the quadriceps and pain with the position of the patella, so the kneecap. So you want to aim to hold this quadricep stretch for 30 seconds. This is only really hitting 3 of the 4 quadriceps, which is why we do this one first, holding for 30 seconds, and then we want to target the rectus femoris muscle, so the one attaching up into the hip. So we do this into a lunge position, and what you do is you want to lift up the foot so you're bending at the knee with this stretch. So yes, you're lunging forward like a hip flexor stretch, but the back leg is up slightly, so you should feel this pulling around the front of the leg. It's an incredibly strong stretch. So really nice if you're suffering with knee pain around the front to just release all of that tightness around that area. Next, we want to stretch into the adductor muscles on the inner part of the leg, so you're leaning and lunging away to the side. The reason why is you can get something called pes anserine bursitis, so tightness around the front of the knee, where there's a bursa that's inflamed, and one of the muscles that contributes to this is tightness in your adductor, so the inner part of the leg there. What you want to do is gently lunge to the side, and we're aiming to hold for 30 seconds. So with this whole routine, we're trying to target all key areas that can cause soreness. We also want to go into a hamstring stretch. So partly this is the inner part of the hamstring on that side blends around and blends to add towards the pes anserine, so on the inner part of the leg. So yes, we want to stretch the hamstring also to help with pain around the front of the knee. So we want to aim to hold the hamstring stretch for about 30 seconds. Again, we're looking at quality, not quantity, so don't force the stretch, but holding it there with the straight leg, leaning the body forward. Next exercise is a little bit tricky, and we're looking at regaining balance into the knee. So we want to aim for 30 seconds, so build it up over time. So you see where Phil is putting his foot down. What it shows is that he's building up that 30 seconds naturally over time. So even if you can hold it for 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. If we can regain the stability, it will help with movement through the knee, which will stop abnormal pressure forming in different areas. So you want to aim to hold this balance for 30 seconds. Next, one of my favourite moves, and we do this for a minute, is gentle squat. So we're looking at regaining the congruency and movement, but you want to retrain the body to go through that natural squatting movement. So this one will depend on how your symptoms are. Obviously, if it's still incredibly tender and sore rather than just tightness and restriction, you'd probably want to avoid this and get the knee assessed properly. If the pain's gone away but it still feels a little bit unstable, or you feel like you want to improve the movement into the knee, then squatting can be really effective. So you notice here his range is not significant, so he's reducing the range and just very gently flowing the knees into that squat position. Again, he can build this up over time. Finally, we've integrated 30 seconds of ankle movement. This would be the same for adding in the hip as well, but obviously for the 5-minute routine, we're thinking more about ankle movement with the knee. But again, as you know, with osteopathy, what we love is that the whole body's interrelated. So if we want to help with knee, we want to help movement through the ankle and the hip as well. So really nice 30 seconds of movement for your ankle to finish off the routine.